Yo, what's good? Trucker from another, what's good? What's good? Came to holler at y'all for a few, man. This week has been pretty good, man. Been rolling out here, bro. So, when I started this week, where I started? Maybe I started in Wisconsin. Yeah, I started sometime in Wisconsin. End of the week, now I'm out here in Fort Myers, Florida for the 34. Can't complain, you know. Out there in Wisconsin, where I'm back at home, it's about like 30, 40 degrees. It was raining, damn near snowing yesterday. I was out here in Florida, man, looking at, drove through Georgia and Florida. Had a multi-stop. Dropped off in Georgia and Florida from Kentucky, actually. That was my last load that I did. But right now, man, taking the 34 in the Sunshine State. Palm trees blowing, nice little gust of wind and whatnot. About 80-something degrees, so yeah, man, I can't complain, man. You know, being regional all the time in the Great Lakes region, going from Michigan, Minnesota, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, a little bit of Ohio. I mean, it's nice to see other things out here, man, to be out here in Florida. And, you know, I've been to Florida a couple times as a kid, growing up and all that. Even with the fam, you know, took a little vacation. We drove out here in a personal vehicle type thing. So, not bad out here to be in Florida, man. 81 degrees, sunshine, you know what I'm saying? But I've just been chilling, man. But, just came to this, just want to talk to y'all about people who are looking to get into trucking, man. It all depends on you, man. It all depends on you. If you think this is for you, and you get into this, and you don't think it's for you no more, that's on you. It's all up to you. Everything's up to you, man. So, just some criteria. If you like driving, you know, some people like driving, and they get in the truck, and then they're like, they hate driving. Some people hate driving, they get in the truck, and they love driving, you know. I only can speak for me, because I don't watch all the, when I first got into trucking, I don't watch all the videos I could watch. I don't, you know, took people's opinions, try to make them my own type thing of where to go, how to go about it. But it all boils down to you, man. So, you just gotta do what's best for you. Some people want to go with a mega carrier. Some people want to pay for themselves, pay to get their license by themselves. Some people go get a grant from the county they from, the state they from, whatever, and they can pay, get in that way. I went through that process of elimination, you know, about $5,000-7,000 to pay for yourself. At the time, I was working a job. I was like, man, for me to pay this off, I mean, I'm sure they do payment plans for me to pay it off. I'm like, it would have took longer for me to do that. Another option was to go get a grant and go to a local community college and stuff like that. You can do that, depending on where you're from. And you can go that route. Then you have to, after you graduate and all that, you have to go look for a job. And that could be difficult in most places. And so, and everything's based on where you live. So wherever you reside, it's going to determine how well or how much access you have to certain things. So the option I took was going to a mega. I'm from the Chicago area, near the border of Wisconsin, so I looked up places around me, and I found a few places, you know. First things first, I wanted to see what lane I was going to be in, so it's going to be dry van, reefer, which is refrigerated. It's crazy, when I first started, when I heard reefer, I thought about reefer, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what is that? When I knew nothing about trucking. So when you hear that word, reefer, especially growing up in high school, you know, in your 20s and stuff, like, hey, I'm a reefer driver. I'm like, A420 friendly type reefer drivers, or like what does that really mean? Then when I started doing research, I'm like, oh, that's short for refrigerated. So I just want to put that out there, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who thought about that, because that was I was on back in the day. So, you know, certain keywords trigger you like, huh? So, yeah, so you got dry van, reefer, you got your flatbed, you got your tankers, and oversized and all that, which is like technically flatbed, low boy step deck area. So I did my research on what I wanted to do and what I want to pull. So that's when some YouTube videos came in handy. But there's different levels to this shit. So it's like, I guess the bottom is dry van, reefers next, then flatbed, then tanker, from what I gathered. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm sure people would put in their comment and correct me, but from what I gathered, that's what it was. So after research, I'm like, tanker, I want to get my tanker for sure. That was my first option to do tanker, because obviously they start off with a higher cent per mile average. So I looked into that. Some companies I came across, I was like, I had to wait to apply, because apparently something with my license or something, I couldn't apply right away. I had to wait a few days or a few months to actually be accepted and all that. So I went with flatbed, looked into some flatbed companies around the area. One flatbed company called me right back. Hey, let's start the process. Bing, bing, bing. Get your drug test popping. Let's get your application been accepted. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, cool. We're moving pretty quick. And you know, going with megas, you know, there's like a stigma like, oh, you gotta sign a contract for them for this amount of time, how many years, and this and that. Well, with the mega I'm with, they require 120,000 miles after you get your CDL through them. So they have like a little school. It's not a school. Technically, you're employed with them as soon as you sign up the first day you start. So when you get in there, technically you're employed, but they have like a school or training session for 3 weeks. Past that, that's one phase. Then you go to another phase of training, going with the trainer up and down the road, whatever, if you're regional, national, whatever you choose at that time. Then you go to another phase which you're by yourself. Then you gotta run 120,000 miles, which takes about a year and a half, two, depending on how often you're running. And again, it depends on you. So yeah, I chose that. So I mean, I've been here on my own driving for about 3 months, 3-4 months, almost 5. So after the 3 months, I calculated how many miles I did. I think I'll be done within a year, man. So by the end of this calendar year, I definitely should fulfill my requirements, and I'll be fully invested. You know what I mean? So yeah. So just to recap, so you determine what lane you want to run, what type of freight you want to run. Then you choose what companies around you that have that type of freight you want to run, and then you go ahead and start filling out the apps and weigh the benefits on, you know, things like pay and all. I know pay is number 1, home time's number 2. For most people, I mean for me, pay and home time. How often I'm gonna be home. Now I got a family, wife, and a couple kids and stuff. I got 2 kids and whatnot. So my decision and my thought process is gonna be different from somebody who's single, ain't got nothing away from at the crib. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna run differently, and you're gonna make your decisions differently. So just keep that in mind, and just to make sure that it's for you, man. So that's why certain companies, they do different phases, so you can be like, Because once you're away for a couple weeks, that phase 2 when I was away, well, the first phase I was away when you're going to school to get my CDL, I was away for 3 weeks. That was a big change in the family, bro. Like, I was like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, gone for 3 weeks straight without seeing your fam, that's different. Gone 3 weeks without nobody at the crib, you ain't got nobody to answer to type thing, nobody to talk to like that. I mean, you got fam, but you're single. You ain't got no kids, no wife, nothing like that. It might be easier for you. So everything, like I said, everything depends on you and your situation and how you want to run it. So the second phase of certain companies, megas, second phases are like, yo, you're gonna be out with a trainer, a complete stranger in the truck, sharing the truck with somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother like thing to get over and to get acclimated to. Cause you can get the wrong person and it'll be hell. You can get the right person, it might be cool, you know what I'm saying? So, all depends on you and how you approach it, you know what I mean? So, with that being said, man, you thinking about getting into trucking, you see a lot of videos, you thinking about, oh man, I'm gonna make this much money. If that's all you going to do it for, the money, it's gonna get funny, you know what I'm saying? So, you gotta have other motivations and not being narrow-minded on you can get a check doing a lot of other stuff, bro. You know what I mean? But my journey, I came up with I've always been around like trucks and upgraded license type thing. I started off, regular driver's license. Then I got my C license, non-CDLC, and I started doing tow truck driving back in the day. And I just try to always upgrade my license to open more doors to do more driving stuff. You know what I'm saying? I like driving. I'm always a driver. You know what I mean? I drove when I was younger. When I got my license, I always be driving. Take road trips. I'll be the driver. I thought about doing school buses, and I was like, if I get a Class B, I'm only doing Class B things. But if I get a Class A, I can do all things, A, B, C, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just get your endorsements and you're good. So it was a couple years, but I thought I was about to be a bus driver, school bus or like city bus driver, like a PACE or CTA, Chicago area, you know about that, or any city driving bus. I'm like, nah, do I really want to deal with people all the time? I'm not that type of person. I'm more laid back, want to be by myself type thing, no micromanage. None of that, you know what I mean? So, when I thought about that, I was like, yo, I might as well go ahead and get the Class A, and then I'll be open to do all type of jobs in case I want to switch up here and there. But once I get my Class A, I always have something to fall back on, you know what I mean? I always have like a job or ability to get a job without that much layover. So that was my whole thought process. So, like I said, I drove tow trucks. I worked for Amazon. Before the box truck, Amazon, and the box truck with Amazon. Had my license upgraded then. Then I did a little UPS for a little bit. I thought it was going to be in UPS for a minute. I mean, some open up a UPS, you know what I'm saying? Tractor driver or whatever. I might have to go back in there, you know what I'm saying? So, I got off the UPS, then I went to a FedEx, FedEx ground, subcontractor thing, did that for a little bit. Then I'm here at Rail Transport, you know what I mean? So, everybody's journey is different, everybody's reasons for their doing things are different, I'm a regional driver, but, for these last couple weeks, I've been out here nationally trying to get more days off. You stay out longer, you get more days off, you know what I'm saying? I was home every weekend, which is cool. But with the family dynamic, just how you handle it, man. It's still an adjustment right now with the family, it's still an adjustment, but home weekly was cool. But sometimes you don't get that many miles going home weekly because they got to keep you around the house, you know what I mean? So they might start you near your house. You gotta, like I said, I'm from like the border of Wisconsin, Illinois, so they might send me to Wisconsin Minnesota, come back down to Wisconsin, Indiana, and then type back home. You know what I mean? Depending on like that, you know. The mileage is cool, but it's up and down. You know what I'm saying? When we start warming up, I think things gonna start flowing. But in the wintertime, stuff was just up and down with freight and all that. So I'm just learning, you know what I'm saying? Learning the business, learning the hot spots, the highs and lows over the year, and seeing how to play my position. So right now, like I said, I'm national because I'm out a little bit more. Next couple weekends I'm gonna be out. So they got me out here in Florida. My next load is going where? I got a couple stops. I got to pick up in Florida, drop off in Louisiana, and drop off in Tennessee. So yeah. So by next week, I'm making my way back towards the house, but not really yet, because I'm gonna be out next weekend as well. And then, like the first 2 days, then I'm about to be back at the house. And then I'm gonna take my little 5-6 days or whatever I get for being out for whatever 20 some days. So yeah, man, there's benefit. You gotta outweigh your pros and cons and everything, man. So do your research. If you're looking to get into trucking, man, do your research about where you at. Location. They're talking about that's the number one rule for real estate. It is, and that's the number one rule for trucking, bro. Everything is about location. So if you're looking to get into trucking, start with your location. Just look around while you driving, while you out and about. There's trucks driving all over the place, bro. Take note of the trucks you see. You know what I'm saying? Take note of the type of trucks you see. So if you see a sleeper cab, you know that person is all over, like regional and national. If you see like day cabs, those might be the trucking companies you want to look into if you want to stay close to home. So what I used to do, I see trucking companies, I had a little notepad or something. I got a little notepad, I write down a trucking company I see, you know what I'm saying, something like this, write it down. And then by the end of the day or end of the week, I'll start, you know, when I'm on the phone, I'll research some companies, look them up, see what they talking about, how much they pay, what's the time out. And I might pick up the phone and holler at a recruiter, you know what I'm saying, get more information, you know what I'm saying, without applying, just getting information and stuff. So yeah, man, if you're serious about this, you gotta be serious about a career change. I mean, you just gotta do what's best for you, man. I'm not gonna blow it up like, yo, you know, there's money out here. I mean, there's money out here. It depends on what you're doing. If you just get into a basic ass truck doing basic things, you're gonna get basic pay, you feel me? If you get into trucking and do, you know, specialized trucking or trying to do something not everybody wants to do, you know, you might carve a lane for yourself. You can do a little better, you know what I'm saying? So running into trucking with no plan, no research and nothing like that, it's not good, bro. Because you're gonna just end up falling for anything and just, you're gonna wake up 30 years later, you ain't got a dime in your pocket, bro. It's sad out here. People dying in their trucks out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all they got. So you gotta do what's best for you, fam. So do your research. Think about what you're trying to do. Process of elimination, pros and cons, weigh it out. Your location matters. What specialty you're going to matters. If you want home time, and the pay matters, bro. So think about what you want to do. Think about how you want to do it. And just map a plan, bro. Just map a plan, you know. First things first, go get the permit. That's easy work. Go get the permit, look at your state site on how to get your permit. Study that little thing, man. Download the little CDO prep app. You know, start doing practice questions, practice exams. Bro, you know what I mean? Within a year, you're gonna be like, damn. You know, I'm damn near 6 months in and I'm like, damn. Bro, I came all this way, bro. You know what I'm saying? From studying, get my permit test, you set little goals for yourself, you start accomplishing it, you start gaining confidence. Then, you know, but it's not for everybody, man. So you can take what I take, you know, take what I said and take what you can from it and just make it your own, man. So I'll holler at you on the next one. Just gonna chill out for the day, but it's trucker from another, and I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Peace.